We're recording.
All right. Welcome, welcome. I am so excited that everybody is here, and I really, really appreciate, along with the other partners that are on here, your time. We are very much excited to bring you this unfiltered tell-all call. As you can see, hoodies, PJs, messy buns, that is encouraged. We are here to get behind the scenes, nitty-gritty, kind of tell-all. So you are going to be hearing from myself and two other ladies that are with us right now, Brenda and Jess. You're very quickly, in about 6 or 7 minutes from each of us, you're going to hear a little bit about our story and our journey to getting to this, to getting to partner. And also, how we turned our fitness journey into an income and kind of what that's doing for us now. The other really cool thing that I realized actually right before we hopped on, we have like 3 decades worth of experience here. So you're going to be hearing somebody in their 30s, somebody almost in their 40s, and somebody in their early 50s. So I think that that's a really, really cool aspect to this call as well that I didn't even realize. But I am going to shut up and I am going to let Brenda, you want to kick us off? She's like, oh my God, I didn't know I was going first. But yes,
Sure,
I'm going to have Brenda
absolutely.
kick us off.
I didn't know I was
And
going
we're going
first.
to, yeah, I'll wrap it up. So we'll go Brenda and then we'll shoot it over to Jess and then I'll kind of close things up. And yes, if you hear a timer go off in the background, we are setting timers because one thing about this team is every single one of us on here could talk until we're blue in the face. So we want to respect everybody's time, keep it quick, get right to the point. So Brenda, I am to you and I'm going to do myself.
Perfect. Alexa, set the timer for 6 minutes. 6 minutes. All right. I'm going to tell you in 6 minutes or less how I got started, where I'm at, and how awesome Summit was. So here we go. Quick 2 minutes of how I got started. Story started with, I couldn't look in the mirror without crying. I couldn't walk up a flight of stairs without literally losing my breath. All of the things I knew that I needed to make some changes. Fast forward, I found Amanda, I stalked her, I joined her. Go forward another year, I'm feeling really good. I'm at this point down 35 pounds and I'm feeling amazing. And just like I would, tell you about a sweater that I bought at Target or an awesome restaurant, why was I not sharing this? I wasn't sharing because I was kind of thinking, okay, it's working for me. I don't know. And I'm so busy. Doesn't everybody always say that? I'm so busy. How can I possibly take on another thing? Well, Benjamin Franklin said it best, right? If you want something done, ask a busy person. And think about that. If you want something done, ask a busy person. Why do you ask a busy person? The busiest people that you know typically usually are the best that time block and have the best time management. They have to schedule things because they are busy and they want to get them done. Busy people are successful. So I wanted to spread the word. I wanted other people to join in. I wanted other ladies to feel as good as I was feeling, especially, and I am going to take it to my own age, women that were aging, women that were starting to realize that they had less years in front of them than behind them. Because that's a scary, position when you get there, like, oh my God. And things that I wanted to do, I don't necessarily can think like, what will I be doing in 30 years? Who knows? But I know in 5 years, I want to chase my grandkids around the soccer field and I want to feel good. And I want to still be feeling comfortable being intimate with my husband. All of the things that add up, right? I don't want to be coming out of a dressing room in tears. And I don't want a doctor to tell me that I have to go on medication because my blood pressure and my cholesterol is out of control. But I want to also incorporate this into a business because I know that there's other women that could benefit. And in addition to wanting to feel good, I want a nest egg. I want a growing nest egg. I don't want to be in a position where my kids have to figure out how to sell my house for me. I don't want to be in a position where my kids have to figure out what home they're going to put me in and if they're going to have to help me buy groceries. I don't want that. I want to be able to save and I want to be able to take care of myself and I want to leave my legacy something. So I'm busy. Guess what? I work a full-time job. I block my time. I get up in the morning and I take care of me first and foremost every day. Because let's face it, if I'm not taking care of me, I'm not taking care of anyone. I have to take care of myself, and that's what I showcase every single day. Okay, starts with that. Then next, as I'm showcasing it, I'm taking care of me. Now, how do I get other women to join me? Again, showcasing, inviting, joining, but I'm working. Work out, work for a couple of hours. I've got to do some work notes and some things anyway. I take that block of time and I talk about the business. I utilize it. I videotape everything. I live my life and I take clips of it and I share it. And what am I showing besides the fact that I've lost some lbs and I'm not on medication? Because you can do that with lots of ways, right? I show that I'm bringing in extra income. I show that I'm happier, that I'm smiling up to my eyes and I'm feeling good and I'm continuing to grow a business. And I'm also showing these other women they can do this too. Age is just a number. And you can also create that nest egg. You can do it as well. You're not, even if you're not looking to do this to get rich, if you tell me that you can't benefit from an extra $400 or $500 a week, well, then you got a whole nother set of stuff that I want to know what you're doing because I can benefit from that. So let's go to Summit. We all went to Summit last weekend, and it was amazing. And I know you hear us all say that, you hear us all do that fake scream, but I am telling you, being in a room and watching these women on stage, okay, and I have been through hundreds of sales meetings, okay, I see where typically it's the top 1% to 2%. That's who you see on stage. That's what you see. So you see 10 people, maybe, women after women walking up on the stage. Ladies, they weren't making an extra, $30,000, $40,000 a year. They were making millions of dollars. And I know you're like, oh, come on, Brenda. Like, no, come on. And what I'm telling you is they're not doing anything different than what I'm doing every day. The only thing that they're doing different, maybe, than what you're doing right now is consistency, that they're there every day. And they're just literally growing their team underneath them. And they are asking everyone, every single person they can think of. Because even the people that you think aren't going to be interested, and I'm going to actually draw on somebody that's here. We have a new partner that's on the phone that she's just started this week. Her daughter, she watched my stories all the time. I never asked her. You know why I didn't ask her? Because I always saw her at Alexa off. I'm wrapping this up. I always saw her at the gym. I always saw her being really fit. You know the mistake I made? The mistake I made was I assumed because she was working out, Alexa off, because she was fit, that she didn't need me. But you know what she wasn't getting? She wasn't getting the home workouts. She wasn't getting the support and she wasn't getting the shakes. So where I'm going with this is you need to ask everyone. Don't assume that you know what they need because you don't. But what you're selling, what you're talking about, maybe just what they need. And that's what I have. And I'm going to be 52 years old and I'm in the best goddamn shape of my life. And
Amen, girl.
I'm
Amen.
making money.
All right. Thank you. All right, Jess, floor is yours, girl.
Well, that's a little tough to follow. Thanks, Brenda. All right, I got my timer set so I don't talk too forever. So I'm Jessica. I am almost 30. I turned 30 in a couple of months. So I guess I'm the young generation on here talking today. I am currently have been with BODi for about 3.5 years. But I have just recently joined this team. So how I joined BODi is I am a mom of 2 boys. I have a kiddo who's about to turn 7 next week and a 4-year-old son. In high school, growing up, I was always very athletic. I was busy. I was playing volleyball and softball and competing in dance and racing and doing all of these things. And then, you kind of grow up and everything just kind of stops. And so did my metabolism, and so did everything else in my life that was super active. And I managed, I was good until I wasn't. And when I had my youngest son, I had postpartum depression. which was really new for me to deal with because I'm a pretty happy person. I never dealt with any kind of depression in my life. I had no idea what to do, but I knew I was mad at my 3-year-old son at the time, all the time, because everything he did just upset me. I remember the day that broke me was screaming at my husband in our driveway. And I'm like, what just happened? Like, what just happened right now? That day I said yes to joining BODi. And when I started, it was really for me, and it was really to feel better and to just get skinny. Like that's what it was. I felt disgusting. And I kind of just did my own thing for a couple of years. And then this past year, I was having a lot of symptoms that were driving me crazy. And I was going to doctor's appointments and I was doing all these things. And at the same exact time that I learned and was diagnosed with PCOS, was the same time Amanda was on here talking about her happy hormone group that she was doing for free. And she was inviting people to that. And she was talking in her stories about those symptoms. And I'm like, she's me. Like, she is me. And that's when I started talking with Amanda, and I got really, really, really serious into, I always was a partner, but I wanted to be more. And in just 4 months, I have been more successful as a partner with two boys, working full-time center director. It's been crazy, the difference in just 4 months. And it's possible to work that full-time job and still do this. And you are showing up every single day, taking care of yourself, and you have people that are seeing you, and you never know who's going to see you. And one of the stories I had to share today was I just last week, I had someone who, quite honestly, her and I had bad history together. Someone who I would never probably go up and walk and say hi to in public. I'm not gonna lie. But she saw a post that I made about how I've been feeling and the postpartum depression and not recognizing myself in the mirror. And she reached out to me with a long story about how she's been feeling and how when she read my post that she felt like she was looking in the mirror. And I've been able to help her, and she's getting started. She doesn't even have her supplements yet, and she's getting her workouts in already. So you don't know who you're going to be reaching out to. And that's why even just your post every day and you showing up every day and you are talking about the workouts in your stories and you're just posting everything and how you're feeling, it can be that simple, but you're showing people that they're relatable to you. And as soon as you show them that you are the same thing, you are working full time, you are a boy mom, you are going racing, you're doing sports, you're doing all of the things, and you're still showing up for yourself and feeling good about doing it too. So for me, that's just one of the biggest things that I think is really, really important. And just to remember that we're all busy. It doesn't matter what career we're in. It doesn't matter if you're a stay-at-home mom. It doesn't matter if you're in a medical field. It doesn't matter if you're a teacher. It does not matter what field you're in. We're all busy as hell. But showing up for ourselves and being able to do this and help other people, you matter. You're making a difference in your life, your family's life, your children's life, but other people's lives too. And I think I had 46 seconds to spare.
Look at that. Look at that. I don't even know how I'm going to follow this. I'm still over here sweating. I'm getting all emotional. All right, I'll kind of wrap it up here. But I absolutely, Jess and Brenda, thank you girls so much. You guys nailed it. So I am the middle of the road here. I will be 40 in a few months. So I'm hanging on to my 30 prefix for as long as possible. But my story in a nutshell, and I feel like I have told it so much. A little over 6 years ago, and I'll skip, there's a lot to it. But basically, after I struggled to get pregnant with my second son, I had him. He was about a year old, and I knew something was right. And I was told time and time again, I went to multiple different doctors. They're like, oh, you're distressed. It's this. Here's a prescription. Here's a prescription. I was denied blood work multiple times. So I took matters into my own hands. I found a specialist. I worked with the specialist for a full year before she diagnosed me with severe PCOS, hypothyroidism, an autoimmune disease, postpartum, and clinical depression. Hi, walking billboard for I need help, right? But also you have to understand that I was a newly stay-at-home mom to 2 boys. I was a high school math teacher in an inner city school. Think Dangerous Minds, if you know that movie reference, times 10. But I taught math and I loved what I did. I left all of that because I couldn't get pregnant for my second son because of the stress. I was working 50, 60-hour weeks. I was barely here for my older son, my husband, our marriage. It was terrible. So I left. I got pregnant. I had him. Here we are. I am isolated. I am lonely, but I also had an ego. I had a bachelor's degree. I had a master's degree. I was a summer school principal. I don't want something that I'm going to do at home. I wanted to go to a gym. I wanted to get a personal trainer, right? I wanted bougie, but my wallet wasn't bougie. So ironically, this woman on social media, she pops up. She's got 3 kids. I'm like, well, I only have 2. She looks better. She looks happier, and she's making money. I'm sorry, what is this? It took her 2 weeks of going back and forth because I'm type A OCD. I have to research everything. I'm looking at numbers. I invested in this. I didn't tell my husband.
Okay.
The package arrived at the door and I hid it from him. So he would leave for work in the morning and I would go push play. I would have my Energize. I would have my shake. And then I would tuck it all away before he got home. Well, fast forward a couple of weeks and he sees me pulling out my little food container. So he's like, what the hell are you doing? I was like, so I did a thing because I'm one of those people that asks for forgiveness and he knows that about me now. But it fixed our marriage. It fixed me. It fixed me as a mom. I cannot say enough. I lost 65 pounds. I have kept it off. I am managing all of those health issues. I also threatened my coach and told her if she ever asked me to partner or to sign up and do this business, I was quitting, like full out quitting. I had fallen in love with the products and I had fallen in love with just this platform at home, how convenient, how portable, how versatile it was, and how it literally appealed to anybody. And I had people asking me left and right, what are you doing? What is going on? And I'm like, oh, it's, I don't know. Because I was embarrassed to talk about it, right? Finally, I got my crap together. I decided, we'll give it a try. Fast forward a little over 6 years now, and it's changed my entire life. It's changed my family's life. It has blessed my family. I took my family on a vacation last spring, not this past spring, but the spring prior to that. I paid for that shit. 100% paid for by me. Do you know how good that felt? That I was able to gift that to my kids. Any other time we've been on a family vacation, it's been with my parents. So they've helped pay for that. So for me to be able to do that for my family was huge. And that's when I was like, you know what? I'm all in. And I know a lot of the times you're thinking, my life is chaos. It's messy. You have all this pity for yourself. Here's what I'm going to tell you. You're going to turn the chaos into clarity. You're going to turn the mess into a message. And you're going to turn that pity into purpose. That's what you're going to do. And that's what's going to change your life. But it starts here. And I'm going to tell you right now, when you partner, that is next level accountability. Partners, hands down, get the best results. Why? Because people are watching us. I'm not going to set a shitty example. And I'll be honest, I'm a little over 6 years with just with being with BODi, a little over 5 with partnering. My motivation sucks. First of all, I don't believe in motivation, but that's a whole other call. My motivation sucks. I'm showing up because I love my team. I love my clients. I'm also competitive as hell. So if I see you showing up with a sweaty selfie and I know that you can do it, I'm going to bring that heat. I'm going to bring that energy. I'm going to be like, you're not checking. I'm not going to not check in. All these other women did that. So the accountability component and the results, it's next level. And I'm sorry, but what other job out there is going to pay you on a weekly basis, direct deposit that cash into your bank account when your number one job is taking care of you? What? No other employer gives a shit about you. Because guess what? You're replaceable. They don't care. That's why this job, taking care of you, when you start to get right here and here, the physical results will come. But when you start to catch that energy and catch that vibe like we did last weekend at freaking Summit, guess what? You start feeling worthy. You start believing in you. I unlocked Amanda 2.0. That's the bitch that you see right now. And guess what? You know who did all the work? Amanda 1.0. But Amanda 2.0, she's getting all the credit. So when you start having that belief in yourself, you recognize it is a disservice to not offer this opportunity and not talk about it. Cut the imposter syndrome. Okay? Whatever your goals are, that's not dependent on what somebody else's opinion of is of you. That is not dependent on what somebody else thinks of you. Who gives a shit? You have to let that go. You have to let that go. And part of joining this community, this sisterhood, is that hype, that camaraderie. We get to lean into each other and help empower women to make money by doing what they're already doing and sharing about it. That is it. And then it turns into this beautiful snowball effect and it ripples into every other area of your life. I know, and I now recognize I'm an awesome mom. I am. And on the days that I only have 40%, I give 40%, and that's 100% of what I have for that day. My marriage has never been in a better place. I'm traveling. I'm traveling with my family. I'm traveling with my team. So many more doors have been opened and so many more opportunities of what I didn't think was possible for me. And if you did not see the post that I put up a little while ago, right in our Body Biz Masterclass group, go look at that. It was a picture of me at my very first summit business event a handful of years ago. I was in the nosebleeds looking at that stage. I said, that'll never be me. Well, guess what? For the past 3 or 4 years, I've been on that stage, on it, because I recognize I was worthy of that. I deserved that. And I'm a badass. So that's how I'm showing up. But I have gotten that faith and that belief from this team. That's not something I've done on my own. It's been a lot of work on my own, but I have surrounded myself with the right people because I showed up as my authentic self. I'm not on social media trying to be anybody else, compare myself to anybody else, trying to act like somebody else. Because guess what? I made that mistake years ago. None of those women are still on this team. None of them. But it's because I wasn't who I am. And now that I'm showing up authentically and just sharing my life and what is working for me and what I love, I'm attracting the right energy. And that is what you're going to get as part of this team, in addition to so many other tools and resources and support and the one-on-one mentorship. And it's freaking bomb. That's all I got to say. But that's a wrap. That is our unfiltered tell-all call. I hope that this kind of unveiled some things for you. And I hope that you just got a small glimpse at what you're getting when you commit to partnering, when you commit to this business, when you commit to up leveling your life and understanding that you deserve more. That's all I got. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And we'll catch you when you start partnering. I can't wait for you guys to be a part of the team.